What up, boys? The Fox here, and today we're gonna do a little guide, the beginning guide for Shaman leveling in Classic Anniversary. We're gonna talk a little about stats, talents, the way that you should like play with Shaman in the beginning, and the different type of spells, as well what you should expect as a Shaman in the future and why. Okay, so let's go. Let's start with the stats. So strength give you melee attack power. Okay, the difference between retail or even cataclysm in Shaman is like strength is your main stat. Okay, strength gives you melee attack power, agility gives you attack power but in range, and give you critical strike. Remember, agility is going to be important at 60. It's still important now, but it's going to be more important at 60 if you want to play Enhancement Shaman because of the Wind Fury and the melee. You have stamina and you have intellect and spirit. So your main stat will be strength, your second stat will be agility. Probably stamina and intellect will be very close, at least when you are leveling, because you will need the mana in order to clear more mobs, in order to quest faster, okay? And Spirity as a last stat because increase health and mana generation rates. Although if you have a piece with Spirit and Strength, imagine, it's not a bad piece, okay? It's not a bad piece of gear to have it, but it's not your main stat. Intellect is important because it gives you mana, okay? You guys can even increase the mana points and chance to score critical hit with spells. So it's not just the mana, it gives you crit as well, and you play a lot with Earth Shock, Flame Shock, and Frost Shock when you have it. So it's not like a bad stat. Probably will be your third stat in conjunction with stamina. So your main stats will be strength for the melee attack power, second stack will be agility for the crits, and third stack, pretty close one of each other, is stamina and intellect. Your last start will be spirit, of course. Let's talk a little bit about Shaman. If you have another thing before we go for the talents and the class himself, if you have a piece when you are leveling, if you have a piece with intellect, in my case, like I do have the belt and I do have the legs as well, is not a bad piece, okay? Because you really need the mana, because you go out of mana really fast on Classic Era, okay? You really need the mana to last longer and do like to clear more quests without drink that much, okay? Let's talk about the talents, okay? Let's talk about the talents. So in the beginning I did a mistake because I did put 2 points in concussion, so it take me longer to get the two-handed access. But it's really interesting for you if you get the two-handed access the fast as I can. So you will get the two-handed access at 20, 21, because you need 11 points, so it's going to be 21 if I'm not mistaken. 20 you're gonna get the two-handed access. And basically it is exactly the talent that you want to have, but we're gonna talk about like the rest of the talents, don't worry about it. Ancestral Knowledge increase your maximum mana by 5%, as we were talking about the intellect situation. You should go Ancestral Knowledge because you have more mana, so you can clear more mobs without sitting and drink. Shield Specialization, although it's Shield Specialization, you really don't use it. If you want to tank, you can do it, but I advise you not to do it. So you go like Ancestral Knowledge, you go Thunder Strikes, improve your critical chance to get a critical strike with your weapon, attacks by 5%. This is huge, okay? You should use, like when you reach a level 60, you should use Improved Ghost Wolf if you want to. I do advise to use Improved Ghost Wolf, as well two-handed access and as well anticipation. Okay, you could use Improved Shield, but it wastes a lot of mana. Although Improved Lightning Shield could be useful for you if you are doing PvP. Okay, as well anticipation. Okay, so we go Ancestral Knowledge 5 points, Thunder Strikes 5 points, two-handed axes and maces another percent. This is like a must talent. I would go for anticipation instead of Lightning Shield, even for PvP. Flurry is a must. Improved weapon totems is not a must. Okay, increase the melee attack power bonus your Wind Fury Totem by 15%. You should, but not a must. Elemental weapons is a must. Increase the melee attack power bonus your Hawkbite weapon by 7%. Increase your Wind Fury weapon attacks by 13%. Damage caused by your Flame Tongue weapon and Frostband weapon 5%. So elemental weapon is truly a must. Storm Strike is truly a must, and Weapon Master is really a must as well. Increase the damage you deal with all the weapons by 2%, in this case by 10%, that is 5 talents. And Storm Strike give you an extra attack additional next 2 sources nature damage, deal the target increase by 20% less 12 seconds. So what happened normally in Classic, it was like when you hit with Storm Strike, normally procs a melee white damage. And if you have Wind Fury on your weapon in Booth, or even the Totem, because it's like you have 2 specific ways to play with Shaman, because you can use Hawkbite with Wind Fury Totem, or you can use Wind Fury. Okay, some people say that Hawkbite is better, that gives you more damage, although Wind Fury hitting like 3 times with Wind Fury is pretty neat. You should go as well, let me go up, Concussion when you have like level 60. You can choose between Call of the Flame or even Earth Grasp for PvP, and you should try to go to Elemental Focus when you are level 60. Elemental Focus gives you 10% chance to enter in Clear Cast. That is amazing. Fire and Frost spell and damage spell. Mana cost of your next spell damage is gonna be 100% no cost. Okay, so that's like your main 3 talent for enhancement. Okay, your main 3 talent for enhancement. Now you don't put any points in resto. And in the future I can bring like a resto guide for you guys, because I probably, when I have like dual spec, I will probably play resto in my second spec, and I'm more than grateful to drop you like a little guide for this. Okay, third time, let's speak about playing in Classic that is different from retail, or some of my experience in these like 20 years of WoW. When you play in Classic, remember that you should have, in this case I have healing rank 4 and I do have lesser healing wave both on the bars, okay? But you should have as well your last rate, or even like 2 ranks before your healing. So I would go like this. I would go rank 4, that like is 3 seconds to cast, and if you guys realize 3 seconds to cast is a lot of time. Okay, I do have lesser healing wave, but remember, lesser healing wave is costing me 105 mana per second, when healing wave rank 2 costs me 45. And sometimes it's important to have a heal that is consuming less mana, even if you are healing a dungeon, because is normal for you as enhancement shaman. Go at Wailing Caverns, go at Rayfire Chasm, even SFK, and healing as enhancement shaman. If you have a priest if you have a priest in the party, poggers, nice. You don't need to heal, you can do just damage. But if you don't have a healer in a party, it's normal that you as an enhancement shaman heal the dungeon. Although, to be honest with you guys, if you guys have a group of friends that all of them are like normal players, you guys don't even need to be good, but normal players, and you guys can do the dungeon with 5 DPSs, one of them shaman, one of them warrior. The warrior really don't need to tank, and the shaman heal the warrior, and you just like rush the dungeon. Poggers, that is good. Okay, playing as an enhancement shaman, remember, you should have, I do play with Flame Tongue Totem. Okay, Flame Tongue weapon. You can play with Hawkbite, it's not bad as well, but what I do is Flame Tongue with Sitting Totem, and always Flame Shock up when I don't have the debuff on the mob. Okay, it's really important to play a lot with these 3 spells. Okay, another thing, try to not refresh many times the Lightning Shield. If you realize it's 45 mana, so it's expensive, it's too expensive. Okay, play with both of the healings, the rank 2 and the rank 4 on your spell bar, on your action bar. If you're gonna play PvE, you should like try to looking for your items and what is like the best in slot, okay? And if you're gonna play PvE, I really don't know if you should go Enhancement or Elemental, because Elemental is pretty neat at level 60. But if your idea is like doing PvP as me, right? Like mostly what I do and the videos I record is PvP. You should really try Enhancement. It's really fun. Okay, I will bring when I reach 60. I will bring some clips of me doing PvP so you guys can understand. Because you can one shot a guy with Wind Fury, so it's pretty fun. Even in this level, let me see if we can find a mob. Even in this level, if you crit a mob, if you just crit, it's like 130 white damage on a mob with 200. And my 200 is not the best. As you guys know, when you reach like level 30 or close to 30, you have RFK. And in the third boss, exactly, in Overlord Ramtusk, you have the Corpse Maker. This is the best in slot for Enhancement Shaman till 40 something, almost 50. Okay? It's a really good weapon for you. And the Enhancement Shaman is pretty fun to play. Why? Because you have like the big crits. And even when you reach 60 or you do World PvP or even if you do Battlegrounds, that is like normally what I do the most. It's pretty fun because you can one shot one person or two. Depends your gear, and depends as well, as you guys see, 51, 17. Like it's really important to keep like the flame totem up. In Battlegrounds, depends of your gear and depends like the weapon that you are using. Back in the days, we just like aim directly for Hammer of Rag. I will do the same here, Hammer of Rag, 100%. And try to get like the warlord full gear on my shaman, and then I will have like the PvE set. But that's supposed to be your full focus if you want to do PvP. Another thing that you should do, remember that in classic, engineering is allowed even in battlegrounds. So gives you like a completely different experience if you have engineering, because you have the boots, you have the dynamite, you can craft the head. As now for level 20, exactly what I'm going to do. And that's it. I think I cover a lot of topics. If you guys have any doubt about anything, and as Shaman or any other class, just drop a comment in the comment section, drop a like, sub, and I see you guys in the next one. Peace.